Good morning and welcome to Tropical Outlook on the 22nd of September 2025. Apologies for still having to use a fake voice today as I am still not 100% well. But anyways, let's get straight into things. In the Atlantic Ocean we have three systems active. One of them is Hurricane Gabrielle, who reached Category 1 hurricane status yesterday night, and it's still intensifying further as we speak right now. We also have two tropical waves moving across the Atlantic Ocean. One of them has a medium chance to develop over the next 7 days, and another one has a low chance of development. Some computer models do expect some development from these two tropical waves, and we will get into that later in the video. So the main story in the Atlantic is of course Hurricane Gabrielle, who has winds of 75 miles per hour and a minimum pressure of 992 millibars. It's located at 29.2 degrees north, 62.2 degrees west, which is approximately 260 miles away from Bermuda. It's still moving northwestward at 12 miles per hour. No warnings are issued in the context of Gabrielle. It's expected to make its closest approach to Bermuda in the next 12 to 24 hours, then it will be moving away towards the northeast over the course of this week. So here is Gabrielle right now, still looking to wrap an eye out. Hasn't had tremendous success doing so yet, but it could happen very soon. As you can see, the little hole beginning to open up in the center of the storm. That's the eye trying to clear itself out. It's looking slightly more elongated over the last couple of frames. Looks like the convection is getting pulled towards the north. That could be related to the wind shear coming from the northern side of the storm. It's a relatively small and compact system, and usually smaller-sized hurricanes will have more fluctuation in terms of their intensity, so Gabrielle could strengthen fast but also could weaken fast as well. This is the latest wind shear graph. You can see Gabrielle gradually pulling away from the green zone where the wind shear is favorable for intensification. It's going to move towards the north into areas where wind shear is as high as 30 to 40 knots. That's really going to disorganize Gabrielle. This is why I am slightly confused by the National Hurricane Center calling Gabrielle to become a major Category 3 hurricane, because it seems like Gabrielle does not have enough time to do that before it enters areas with very high wind shear. Sea surface temperature right now is still at 29 degrees Celsius, which is conducive for Gabrielle to intensify, but very soon the temperatures are going to start dropping quickly. As you can see towards the north beyond Bermuda, the temperatures are going to fall to 27-28 degrees, and eventually it will get to a point where temperature is unsustainable for Gabrielle to maintain its intensity. So combining all these factors, this is our latest track and intensity forecast for Gabrielle. We expect it to intensify significantly over the next 24 hours under the conducive environment. It could peak as a Category 2 hurricane with winds of 105 miles per hour. But after that it will weaken significantly due to the worsening condition towards the north. At the same time, it will also be steered towards the northeast under the influence of the high-pressure area. By Thursday, it will downgrade to a tropical storm, then it will make a close approach to the Azores as a mid-range tropical storm. We could see some tropical storm conditions in that area. Computer models are generally agreeing on Gabrielle reaching Category 2 hurricane status in the next 12 to 24 hours. And most of them are expecting that to be its peak intensity, and then it will start weakening significantly after Wednesday. This is what the GFS expects in the Atlantic. You can see Gabrielle pulling away to the northern part of the Atlantic there, and then eventually turning extratropical and perhaps moving into northern Europe, and then a system could spin up near the Bahamas. I believe that's coming from one of the two tropical waves in the Atlantic right now. This one could travel towards the north, and then hit North Carolina and Virginia early next week. Perhaps as a high-range tropical storm or even a low-end Category 1 hurricane, and then we go further, another system could form near the Bahamas again. This one is going to hit that area perhaps as a Cat 1 or Cat 2 hurricane, then drifting away towards the northeast, so we could be seeing more activity coming from the Atlantic over the course of the next 2 weeks. In the Atlantic, the next name on the list is Humberto, followed by Imelda, Jerry, and Karen. 7 tropical storms have formed this season so far. One of them being a Category 5 hurricane, which was Hurricane Erin, one landfall in the U.S. this year. It came from Chantal, which was a weak tropical storm. Western Pacific continues to be active. We obviously have Super Typhoon Ragasa, which is now moving across the Bashi Channel, and it's causing mayhem to the Babuyan Islands in northern Luzon as a Category 5 typhoon. This system will also impose a major threat to the southern Chinese coastline this week as well. Elsewhere, Typhoon Neoguri is now way past its peak intensity, only a Category 3 now, and it's going to be downgraded further over the next few days. So Super Typhoon Ragasa is still a very powerful Category 5 typhoon, with winds of 160 miles per hour and minimum pressure of 916 millibars, So you could just imagine how horrific the condition is at the Babuyan Islands as they are now in the middle of a Category 5 typhoon. It's located at 19.4 degrees north, 121.1 degrees east, moving west-northwestward at 22 kilometers per hour. Typhoon signal number 5 is currently issued for all of the Babuyan Islands, the highest level warning in the PAGASA scale. Signal 4 for the tip of the Luzon Peninsula and southern part of the Batons, and the majority of the rest of the Luzon Peninsula all under Signal 1 to 3 warnings. So here is Ragasa right now, still looking very impressive on the satellite. You can see the eye is now moving across Calayan Island. And of course the eye wall is also sweeping across the rest of the Babuyan Islands in northern Luzon. I believe the condition there is very, very bad right now. You might notice the eye has gotten a little bigger than yesterday. That's because overnight it has performed an eye wall replacement. The new eye structure still very good. It's clear, defined, and round. Eye temperature still roaming around 14 to 15 degrees, and of course the eye wall still as low as -80 degrees Celsius. Ragasa is expected to weaken gradually as it enters the South China Sea, due to the dry monsoon coming from mainland China, but it will still be able to remain very powerful. For example, JTWC is still expecting it to remain as a Category 4 when it's making its closest approach to the south of Hong Kong, which just indicates how significant the storm will be for the southern Chinese coastline. I believe warnings have begun to raise for parts of the region that's in the path of Ragasa. Standby signal number 1 has been issued for Hong Kong, I believe, just a few hours ago. Typhoon Neoguri has really lost its impressive appearance from yesterday. The eye structure is clearly collapsing, and the convection is gradually getting pulled away to the north due to excessive amounts of wind shear. We are expecting it to remain as a typhoon for another 2 to 3 days, and after that it will gradually turn extratropical. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon on the next one.